providing later. Of course, at this point, we already have a lot of questions online, and we would like to call back onto the stage our panelist, Mr. Cesare Patriani, Miss No Thane, Engineer Julius Magliari, and Engineer Alex Maurial to discuss with us some of the questions that we have from our audience and attendees to this webinar. So for our first question, this is from Miss Jesh Salvatierra. For Miss No, while most IT courses focus on competency in the industry, can LIBT's IT course make me business competent as well, and how? Miss No?
Thank you. I'm going to defer this question to Mr. Cesare because his specialty is in IT and he'll be able to give you the most accurate information. So please, Mr. Cesare, can you take it away?
Yes, thank you, Ms. No. Go ahead, Cesare.
Thank you. Absolutely, I think mainly because we don't necessarily, in terms of the lecturer panel we have, right? We don't really have what we call traditional academics. Most of our lecturers, in most cases, are actually entrepreneurs. So when a lot of these IT students go through these programs, they basically work on various different projects, and also sometimes work on their own startups as well. And us at LIBT, obviously startups and entrepreneurship is basically in the core of what we do, and we try to incorporate everything that is there in all the tools and methodologies that we come across in the startup context. We try to incorporate into all the programs we do. And then not only that, and we do have a Slack channel, what we call Instagrad, where all the students are in there, and we have different channels that they can engage on. And absolutely, and it's not just the standard IT courses that they're going to be learning. They will basically have a lot of hands-on experience on the business side of things as well, mainly startups and entrepreneurship.
There you go. Thank you so much, Cesare. Let's see a second question from Ms. Jelly Fernandez. Good afternoon, Sir Cesare. Which specialization in IT have increased relevance due to the pandemic? Go ahead, sir.
Sure. I think mainly I would probably go ahead with topics around artificial intelligence, data science, cybersecurity, and not only that, a lot of the newer ways of developing software as well, like these microservices-based architectures and technologies that are built around cloud technologies. Systems that are built around cloud technology. I think that is getting a lot of attention, and because it's not only the COVID situation, I think, but also the shift that had been happening, over a longer period of time in the technology space. And so I would basically put more focus on a lot of those subjects. And just to clarify one thing as well. Now, when we sort of generalize AI, artificial intelligence, in a sort of a simpler context. But when we say AI, we mainly basically talk about two different areas in AI, and one is narrow artificial intelligence, and the second segment is artificial general intelligence. And now, artificial general intelligence is when the AI systems are actually able to operate just like human beings, and they're able to think. And narrow systems are what we see right now, like self-driving vehicles, Apple Siri, Google Home, or whatever it may be, right? The things that we see at the moment. And now, just about a month ago, what is interesting is that just about a month ago, Google DeepMind just announced that they have all the technologies that are required to basically enable artificial general intelligence. So this is a groundbreaking thing, and which means that AI systems are going to be able to think and behave like human beings moving forward. And not only that, Tesla just announced Tesla Bot, which is a AI bot, an actual physical bot. So that is also expected to come out over the next few months.
Thank you very much, Cesare. So for our third question from Jethro Mangaliat. Question for Mr. Cesare. Do you see another paradigm shift in technology with more advanced wearables, further development of augmented and virtual reality, and even elevated machine learning? Sir?
I think that is happening now. I mean, if you now Google, Apple is expected to release what they call Apple Glass very soon, which is a mixed reality environment where you're able to integrate virtual reality into actual physical reality, what we call mixed reality. And I think what you just mentioned there is happening right now. And what we're seeing is that the pace of change, the acceleration of change is increasing every month, mainly because of the fact that the current technologies that are available is being enabled. The access is being enabled to billions of people, right? And that is creating a lot of innovation all around the globe. And right now, you can basically start a company investing $0. You can start a company with $0 right now, and that was not the case about 15, 20 years ago. And a lot of angel investments and venture capital money is being poured into the system. And we have seen last year, despite the pandemic, all the investments in the IT space are at an all-time high during 2020. So that is enabling a lot of creativity to come out, and that enables a lot of innovation. So, yeah.
Very good. Thank you so much. So another question from Fernando Gacosta. Can LIBT be able to provide support in a school offering STEM program to train students about the basic of robotics, or can have seminar in school to inspire students to think about this career? From Mr. Fernando Da Costa. I think STEM is a Philippine program, stands for Science, Technology, Engineering, and Mathematics program. So who would like to answer this? Maybe we'll ask somebody from the Philippines, or yes.
Yeah, I mean,
Mr.
certainly
Cesare.
can. Yeah, we certainly can. Please reach out to either Ralph or John over there in the Philippines, and we do work with a lot of companies that are in this space as well. So we can basically we have access to a lot of these companies. We can certainly we're able to put a program like that together. Please contact our Philippines team.
All right, thank you very much. Maybe we can also hear something about this from Engineer Julius Malyari.
Yeah, definitely, and with us as well, with the help of field robotics, we can tap them, and we can work with LIBT to provide these seminars to schools.
Okay, thank you so much. So our next question maybe is from Rob Alfred Mondok. IT is very essential during this pandemic, especially at hospitals or health sectors. How big is the impact of IT during this time of pandemic to the health sector? And if this pandemic ends, will it affect the IT personnel working in the health industry? There's no one directing this question to, but perhaps we can ask some of the panelists. Maybe we can hear from Sir Alex L'Oreal.
Yeah. This after this pandemic, it will become the new normal, and this IT personnel will not be out, but in fact, they will become the most valuable personnel in the health sector, because right now, although we are in the Philippines, not all are implementing IT systems during this pandemic, but everybody knows that telemedicine is really the answer, and IT, of course, not only just getting the data from the hospitals, from the patients. But AI can also be implemented because we need to have an artificial intelligence to determine and to fight this pandemic. And we are experiencing right now, like in our local hospitals, they're having this what we call they do not entertain anymore physical consultation, but through these information systems.
Thank you very much, Engineer Marial, for that. We have James Leopardas asking us, good evening. Due to rapid innovation and technology, how we can guarantee the confidentiality of personal information of those who use the application, whether it is related on COVID-19 contact tracing or any other government electronic transaction. Maybe another one for Mr. Alex.
Yeah, example of one of our informations being deployed, the passenger e-manifest system that has a module for COVID-19, tracking these passengers who are infected. Once they arrive in their locality and they were tested positive, we need to inform the passengers their setting or with those passengers who are tested positive. So, of course, we have a law in the Philippines. We have the data privacy law. Before we implemented that project, we have to pass through a lot of course, scrutiny with our partners in the government, in DICT, or the Department of Information and Communication Technology, in which the National Privacy Commission is under. So we are working with them, consulting with them. They are scrutinizing our activity on how we will ensure the data privacy will be respected, particularly those patients who have contacted with COVID-19. That is part of our design, and you cannot just implement that if you cannot protect the information in the system. Of course, we have an access list for the users of the system. Okay, who can, of course, they have our contract, with our nurses, our physicians, because they can see the information and the system. So they have to sign, and they have to be committed with the privacy. We have to respect the privacy of our patients who are contacted with COVID-19. We need to ensure that our system cannot be hacked, although there's a lot of people who are hacking the system and expose those data. Before any information systems to be deployed, we need to be sure, because while we are creating solutions, there are bright people who are creating problems to the solutions that we provided. So I think Sir Jules can also impart with this. He discussed a while ago during his presentation the cybersecurity and the CERT PH. Sir Jules.
Okay. Yes, thank you very much, Engineer Alex. And of course, we have a request to hear more from the lady in the panel. Maybe we can ask Ms. No to invite our audience, the viewers now who are watching live via Facebook and YouTube, about LIBT. Ms. No?
Hi, everybody. Yes, we're here to answer all the questions that you have. Please visit our website, libt.co.uk. And we have a team of staff looking after inquiries, and we're happy to help. And we are, this is a great opportunity for us to reach out to a number of people in different fields. You might be interested in IT or maybe business, law, education. So please, with the click of the mouse, just visit and send us an email, any inquiry. We'll be happy to get back to you right away. And of course, the LIBT, the Philippine teams, is there. So please reach out to us.
All right. Thank you very much, one and all. And I'd like to thank all the members of the panel for this webinar.